There are moments in life when nothing makes sense anymore. Your heart feels heavier than usual. Your mind becomes quieter. Your world slows down in a strange, unexplainable way. And you start wondering, why does everything feel different all of a sudden? What you don't realize is this: it's not confusion. It's not coincidence. It's not random. It is Allah preparing your destiny behind the scenes. Before He changes your life, He changes you. Before He opens a door, He strengthens your heart. Before He brings the blessing, He removes everything that cannot go with you. And before the breakthrough arrives, Allah sends silent tests. Tests that only the spiritually awake can recognize. These moments might feel uncomfortable, but they are signs that something beautiful is coming. Signs that Allah is shifting your path. Signs that your soul is being prepared for a chapter you don't even know is written for you yet. If your heart has been feeling different lately, if life has slowed in a way you can't explain, if your soul is awakening in ways you never expected, then listen very carefully. These are not ordinary moments. These are divine signals, and they mean your life is about to change. Allah removes what you used to distract your heart. Sometimes Allah takes away the things you used to run to when you didn't want to feel your own heart. The shows you watched for hours suddenly feel boring. The friends who used to distract you no longer feel the same. The hobbies that once kept your mind busy stop giving you that comfort. Even the endless scrolling on your phone starts to feel empty and meaningless. You may not understand it at first. You may wonder why nothing feels enjoyable anymore. But this change is not a loss. It is a sign. It is Allah slowly removing the noise around you so your heart can finally breathe again. Your heart becomes awake in a way it wasn't before. It becomes sensitive, alert, and honest. It refuses to be numbed by things that once kept it asleep. This happens because Allah wants you to return to yourself. He wants you to hear the thoughts you have been avoiding, to face the feelings you pushed aside, and to reconnect with the part of you that has been buried under distractions. When distractions fall away, your heart becomes clear, and a clear heart can finally see what Allah is guiding you toward. It may feel uncomfortable, but it is actually mercy. You are not losing enjoyment. You are being guided to a deeper kind of peace that the world cannot give. Your breakthrough starts the moment the things that once numbed you stop working. That emptiness is a doorway. That restlessness is a message Allah is calling you back to the purity you were born with, so He can prepare you for something bigger, better, and more aligned with your soul. Your life starts to change the moment your distractions die, because your heart finally comes back to life. Your old identity starts feeling too small for your soul. There comes a time when you suddenly feel like the person you always were is no longer enough for the person you are becoming. The things you used to enjoy no longer feel meaningful. The habits that once felt normal now feel uncomfortable. The dreams you used to chase start looking small compared to what your heart truly wants today. Even the desires that once pulled you strongly begin to feel shallow, like they no longer match the depth inside you. It's confusing at first. You look at your old self and wonder, why doesn't this feel right anymore? You try to fit back into the version of you that used to feel safe, but it feels tight, like wearing clothes that used to fit but now restrict your movement. Your soul quietly whispers that you have outgrown who you used to be. This discomfort is not a mistake. It is not something to fear. It is a sign that Allah is helping you rise to a higher version of yourself. Your heart is being stretched. Your mind is being expanded. Your soul is being awakened. You are being guided into a new life that requires a stronger, wiser, calmer version of you. Allah does not let you stay in an identity that limits you. When He wants to upgrade your destiny, He first upgrades your inner world. He slowly removes what no longer matches your purpose so you don't get stuck living small. That uneasy feeling you have, that your old life feels too small, is actually the beginning of a spiritual rebirth. You are not breaking apart. You are growing out of the shell that once protected you. You are becoming someone your future needs. This shift inside you is Allah preparing you for a life that is bigger, purer, and more meaningful than the one you're leaving behind. Allah quietly exposes what your eyes ignored for years. Sometimes you go through life not seeing things the way they truly are. You trust people because your heart is pure. You accept situations because you don't want conflict. You ignore small signs because you hope for the best. You hold on to people, relationships, or plans because you believe they are good for you, even when something inside you feels unsure. And then suddenly, without warning, Allah opens your eyes. You see a person's real intentions, something you didn't want to admit before. You see a hidden truth, something your heart always felt, but your mind kept pushing away. You see a reality that was in front of you for years, yet you never had the courage to face it. This clarity can feel shocking, it can feel heavy, it can even hurt, but it is one of the greatest forms of mercy Allah gives a believer. Allah shows you these things not to break your heart, but to protect your heart. He reveals what was hidden, so you do not walk blindly into pain. He uncovers what you couldn't see before, so you don't waste more years on something that was never meant for you. He brings truth to the surface so you can make decisions that will keep you safe, peaceful, and aligned with the destiny He wrote for you. Sometimes the truth appears at the exact moment you need it most. Right before you make a major decision, right before you commit to something, right before you take a step you cannot undo. This is Allah saying, I am guiding you, I am protecting you, I am showing you what your heart refused to see. The clarity may feel painful at first, but it is actually protection. It is Allah clearing your path so the steps you take next lead you toward peace, not regret. Your soul feels uncomfortable in places it once loved. There comes a moment in your life when the places that once felt comfortable suddenly start to feel heavy. The rooms you used to enjoy, the people you used to sit with, the routines that once felt natural, none of them feel the same anymore. You go back to a familiar environment expecting peace, but instead you feel a strange discomfort in your chest. You sit with people you once laughed with, and now your heart feels distant. You return to habits that once made you happy, and suddenly they feel empty. This change can feel confusing. You may start asking yourself, why do I feel disconnected? Why doesn't this feel like home anymore? But this discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that your soul is growing. When Allah prepares you for a new chapter, He slowly removes the comfort from the old chapter. Your soul becomes too big for the small spaces it used to fit inside. The environments, friendships, and routines that once matched your level no longer match the person Allah is shaping you into. Your heart begins to sense things that your mind cannot explain. You walk into a place and feel a quiet whisper saying, you don't belong here anymore. You talk to someone and feel a subtle pull telling you, this connection is complete. You try to enjoy what you used to love, but deep inside, your soul feels out of place, as if it has already moved to a higher level while your body is still catching up. This discomfort is actually protection. Allah doesn't want you to stay somewhere that limits your growth, harms your peace, or blocks your destiny, so He lets your soul feel the truth before your life changes. He makes the old chapter uncomfortable so you don't cling to it when He is trying to guide you somewhere better. You are not losing your old life. You are outgrowing it. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming aligned. Your soul is being prepared for a place that matches your new depth, your new wisdom, and your new purpose. This feeling that I don't belong here anymore is not sadness. It is a sign that Allah is taking you somewhere your heart will finally feel at home. You feel a deep push to purify your life without knowing why. There are moments when you suddenly feel an urge to clean your life from the inside out. You may not know where this feeling came from, but it arrives quietly and strongly. You look around your room and feel the need to clear the mess. You look inside your heart and feel the need to let go of grudges, guilt, or old pain. You look at your habits and realize that some of them no longer match the person you want to become. You may start praying more, even if you don't fully understand why. You may feel drawn to read Quran, even if your heart has been distant for a long time. You may feel the need to speak less, argue less, show off less, sin less, and reflect more. You may feel the desire to cut ties with things that drain you spiritually or emotionally. This deep push comes from Allah. It is not random. It is not mood. It is not a temporary phase. It is preparation. Allah places this feeling inside you when He is about to give you something pure. And He does not place a new blessing inside a heart that is crowded with old baggage. So He softens your heart, nudges your soul, and gives you the desire to clean your inner world before your outer world changes. You might feel the need to forgive people even if they never apologized. You might feel the need to give away things that once meant a lot to you. You might feel the need to disconnect from environments that feel spiritually heavy. You might feel the need to control your tongue, your thoughts, your anger, your desire. All of this is Allah preparing space inside you. Your heart cannot hold resentment and blessing at the same time. Your soul cannot carry old darkness and expect new light to enter. Your mind cannot be filled with noise and expect peace to settle. So Allah gently pushes you to purify your life, not to make you feel guilty, but to make you ready. This purification is the doorway to your breakthrough. It is Allah saying, "Something is coming. Clean your heart so you can receive it." When you feel this deep urge to purify, understand that you are stepping into a new spiritual level. Your life is about to be filled with something better, something softer, something more aligned with the person Allah wants you to be. Your heart is being prepared for its next blessing long before the blessing arrives. Allah blocks decisions you are about to make emotionally, not spiritually. There are moments when you are just about to make a decision, something that feels right emotionally, something your heart wants at that moment. Yet everything suddenly gets blocked. A door closes, a plan falls apart. A person changes, a situation shifts, or something unexpected stops you right before you take the final step. At first, it feels frustrating. You may think, why did this happen now? Why couldn't it work? Why did everything collapse at the last moment? But what you don't see is what Allah sees. You look at the present moment, but Allah looks at your entire future. Sometimes you want something because it comforts you emotionally, not because it is good for you spiritually. It feels familiar, it feels safe, it feels exciting, or it feels comforting, but it might not lead you to peace, growth, or long-term happiness. It might hold you back. It might break you later. It might pull you away from Allah. It might take you down a path that your soul is not meant to walk. Allah blocks these decisions out of pure mercy. He protects you from choices that come from emotion, not wisdom. He stops you from choosing something temporary that would create long-term damage. He closes a door you would have walked through blindly because your heart was overwhelmed. You may not realize it at the time, but the rejection, the delay, the complication, these are all forms of divine intervention. Allah steps in and places barriers so you don't step into harm. You are saved without even knowing what you were saved from. Later in life, people often look back and say, Alhamdulillah, that it didn't work. I didn't understand it then, but now I see why Allah stopped me. Every blocked decision has a hidden wisdom. Every closed door protects you from something you weren't ready to see. Every interruption is a shield. Allah knows when your choice comes from loneliness, fear, desire, or pressure, and He knows when a choice comes from clarity, strength, and guidance. So He blocks the ones that come from an emotional moment, to guide you toward decisions that will bless your future and protect your heart. The door that doesn't open is not your loss. It is Allah saying, I love you too much to let you walk into something that will hurt you later. Your life slows down in a way your ego hates. There are times in life when everything suddenly slows down. Your plans stop moving. Your progress feels stuck. Your efforts don't show results. The things that used to happen quickly now take days, weeks, or months. You try to push forward, but nothing moves. You try to rush, but life refuses to speed up for you. In these moments, your ego becomes restless. You feel irritated, worried, uncomfortable. You want things to happen fast. You want immediate answers. You want clear movement. You want progress you can see. But instead, everything becomes quiet. Everything becomes slow. Everything becomes still. This stillness is not failure. It is not punishment. It is not a sign that Allah has abandoned you. It is a divine pause. When Allah knows you are moving too fast, thinking too fast, choosing too fast, or rushing into something that is not right for you, He slows your life down to protect you. He stops you from running into a mistake. He prevents you from forcing a door open that is not written for you. He redirects your steps before you end up in a place your heart cannot handle. Slowing down is spiritual protection. Allah slows your life when He wants your soul to catch up with your speed. He slows your plans when He wants you to build strength, patience, wisdom, and clarity. He slows your path when the timing is not ready, when the people involved are not prepared, or when the opportunity needs more time to align. Your ego hates slow seasons because your ego wants control. But your soul benefits from slow seasons because your soul needs preparation. During these quiet moments, you learn to listen. You learn to reflect. You learn to be patient. You learn to surrender. You learn that your plan is not the plan that will bring you true peace. When your life slows down, it is Allah telling you, stop rushing, stop forcing, let me guide you, let me arrange things in the right time. The waiting season is not empty. It is full of invisible growth. It is full of inner change. It is full of unseen blessings being prepared for you. One day, when things finally start moving again, you will understand why Allah slowed everything down. You will realize that the pause wasn't blocking your destiny. It was preparing it. Your heart begins hearing truth you avoided for years. There are moments in life when your heart suddenly becomes louder than your excuses. You begin to hear truths inside you that you pushed away for years. Truths you didn't want to face. Truths you were not ready to accept. Truths that felt too heavy, too painful, or too real. For a long time, you may have convinced yourself that everything was fine. You told yourself that certain people cared even when their actions showed otherwise. You told yourself that a habit wasn't harming you even though it was slowly weakening your soul. You told yourself that you were happy in a place that actually drained your spirit. You told yourself you were strong while silently breaking inside. But the heart cannot stay asleep forever. And when Allah decides it is time for your life to change, He wakes your heart first. You begin to notice things differently. You feel honesty rising inside you. You hear your inner voice telling you truths you avoided. You feel your soul saying, "This is not good for you," or "This is not who you really are," or "You cannot keep pretending." At first, these truths feel uncomfortable. You might even try to ignore them again, but they follow you. They whisper to you. They sit in your chest and refuse to leave. This is Allah opening your heart to reality. It is a gentle but powerful awakening. He is showing you what you need to change, what you need to release, and what you need to finally admit to yourself. These truths come not to hurt you, but to free you. To free you from illusions. To free you from self-deception. To free you from emotional traps. To free you from cycles that were quietly harming your soul. When your heart begins to hear truth, it is a sign that Allah wants you to rise to a better version of yourself. He wants you to stop lying to your own pain. He wants you to see yourself clearly so you can love yourself correctly. He wants you to understand your worth so you no longer settle for less than what He wrote for you. This inner awakening is the beginning of real transformation. You cannot change your life until you face the truths inside you. And you cannot face those truths until Allah softens your heart enough to hear them. So if truths you avoided for years are suddenly becoming loud, know that this is not a burden. This is a blessing. It is a sign that Allah is preparing you for a life that is more honest, more peaceful, and more aligned with who you were always meant to be. You feel a strange, unexplainable peace in the middle of uncertainty. There are moments in life when everything around you feels uncertain. You don't know what will happen next. You don't know how things will work out. You don't know which direction to take. On the outside, your life looks unstable. But strangely, on the inside, your heart feels calm. It doesn't make sense. You should be stressed. You should be worried. You should be panicking. But instead, you feel a quiet peace sitting in your chest. A soft calmness that you cannot explain. A gentle comfort that appears even though nothing has been solved yet. This peace is not coming from the world. It is coming from Allah. It is a sign that He is holding your heart even when your life feels uncertain. A sign that He is carrying you through something you cannot see. A sign that your soul trusts Him more than your mind understands Him. Sometimes Allah teaches you that peace does not come from having everything under control. Peace comes from knowing that He is in control. And when that knowledge settles deeply inside you, your heart becomes calm even while your surroundings are messy. You start to feel like, I don't know how, but something inside me knows it will be okay. You feel like, I can't see the path, but I can feel that Allah is guiding me. You feel like, everything is uncertain, yet my heart is not shaking. This peace is proof that your iman is growing. It is proof that Allah is near. It is proof that your soul is stepping into maturity. A believer's strength is not measured by how perfectly life goes. It is measured by how calm the heart remains when life is imperfect. When Allah places peace inside you during a storm, it means He is sending a breakthrough your way. He is giving you the emotional strength you will need for what comes next. He is reminding you that nothing in this world can disturb a heart that He Himself has held still. This strange, unexplainable peace is not a small feeling. It is a message, a reassurance, a divine whisper that says, I am with you. You are safe. Keep walking. Your path is being prepared even if you cannot see it yet. This peace is a gift that only comes before big changes. It is a sign that Allah is guiding you through uncertainty, toward a future that will bring clarity, ease, and blessings you never expected. People start revealing their true role in your journey. There comes a time in your life when the people around you begin to show their true purpose in your story, not through big moments, but through small actions, little behaviors, subtle changes, and quiet signs. People you once trusted start showing you sides of themselves you didn't notice before. People you barely expected suddenly become sources of support. Some connections grow softer, some grow distant, some grow stronger, some quietly fade. This is not random. This is Allah rearranging the cast of your life as He prepares you for the next chapter. You begin to notice who truly cares for you, not with words, but with consistency. You see who shows up when life becomes heavy, and who disappears the moment things become difficult. You understand who respects your boundaries and who only benefits from your softness. You recognize who encourages your growth and who keeps you tied to old versions of yourself. People reveal their roles in your life slowly but clearly. Some are meant to push you, some are meant to teach you, some are meant to challenge you, some are meant to guide you, and some are meant to leave you so you can discover your strength without them. Allah uses people as mirrors, some to show you your weaknesses, some to show you your worth, some to show you who you must never become, and some to remind you of who you truly are. Each person carries a small piece of wisdom written specifically for your soul. Sometimes a person's role is only temporary, and when their purpose is complete, Allah gently removes them from your path, not as a punishment, not as a loss, but as protection. The heart breaks when someone leaves, but the soul always understands later that their chapter was finished. And sometimes Allah brings certain people into your life right when you need them most. You meet someone who lifts your spirit, someone who understands your pain without you having to explain, someone who guides you back to Allah, someone whose presence feels like a sign that you were never walking alone. These people are gifts. They are reminders that Allah sends help through humans too. As your destiny shifts, relationships shift with it. Allah does not allow anyone to stay in your life who will harm your future, and He does not allow anyone to leave your life if they are meant to walk with you toward your next blessing. So when people start revealing their true role in your journey, whether through closeness or distance, kindness or silence, understand that Allah is showing you exactly who belongs in your future and who belongs in your past. Every person is a sign. Every bond has a purpose. Every change in connection is a form of divine guidance, shaping your path for what's coming next. Allah removes your dependence on people one by one. There comes a time in your life when Allah slowly, quietly begins to remove your dependence on people, not all at once, not in a painful, sudden way, but little by little, through moments that feel confusing at first. Someone you always relied on becomes distant. Someone you thought would always understand you suddenly doesn't. Someone you expected support from disappoints you. A friendship that used to feel strong becomes weaker. A bond you trusted stops giving you the comfort you were used to. These changes can make you feel lonely, but they are not meant to. They are meant to wake something inside you. Allah knows that when you depend too much on people, your heart becomes fragile, your peace becomes unstable. Your happiness rises and falls based on how others treat you, and your worth starts to feel like it is in someone else's hands. So Allah gently brings you back to Him by showing you that people, no matter how kind or sincere, are limited. They cannot always be there. They cannot always understand. They cannot always carry what you hide inside your heart. They cannot fill the emptiness that was created for Allah alone. You start noticing that you no longer run to others the same way. You stop expecting the same level of support. You stop holding on so tightly. You stop giving people emotional power over your peace, not because you become cold, but because you finally begin to realize that there is only one who never leaves, never disappoints, never misunderstands, and never becomes tired of hearing your voice. This shift can be painful, but it is one of the most important transformations of your life. Allah teaches you that you do not need people to hold you up. You need Him. And when your heart learns this truth, you become stronger, calmer, and more stable from within. Your emotional world becomes lighter. Your fears become softer. Your heart becomes safer. You stop attaching your happiness to how someone behaves. You stop allowing others to control your mood. You stop depending on human love to survive. Instead, you begin to find comfort in silence, peace in prayer, and strength in Allah's closeness. You start discovering a quiet independence inside you, not arrogance, not pride, but spiritual maturity. This is Allah preparing you for a life where you love people without worshiping them, where you care for them without losing yourself, and where you value them without making them the center of your emotional world. When Allah removes your dependence on people, He is not taking support away from you. He is giving you the strongest support you will ever have. He is shifting your heart from the unstable to the stable, from the temporary to the eternal, from the created to the Creator. And once your heart learns to lean on Him first, you begin to feel a peace that no person on earth could ever give you. Your dua and desires begin to change without you realizing. There comes a time when your heart begins to shift in a way you didn't plan, and you don't even notice the change until much later. The things you used to ask Allah for no longer feel the same. The desires you once held tightly start to loosen. The dreams you thought you wanted begin to feel small or incomplete. Without realizing it, your dua starts changing, your wishes start changing, and even your definition of happiness starts changing. You may notice that you no longer beg for the things you once chased. You no longer cry for the people you once thought you couldn't live without you, no longer crave the life you used to imagine so clearly. Instead, your heart starts asking for something deeper, something softer, something more peaceful, something that brings you closer to Allah rather than closer to the world. This shift doesn't happen loudly. It happens quietly, in the background of your soul. One day you simply realize that the dua you make now is not the dua you made last year. The dreams you pray for today carry more wisdom, more maturity, more light, and more sincerity. You begin asking Allah for peace more than success. You begin asking Him for clarity more than control. You begin asking Him for what is right, not just what you want. This is one of the clearest signs that Allah is transforming you from the inside. Your heart begins to want the things that match your destiny, not your past. Your soul begins to desire what will heal you, not what once hurt you. Your mind begins to understand what truly matters, not what once distracted you. Sometimes Allah does not change your life first. He changes your dua first, because the heart leads the way. Your external world cannot shift until your internal world aligns with it, and your inner transformation begins the moment your dua becomes wiser, softer, and more connected to Allah's will. You might notice that your prayers become more honest, not fancy, not long, not perfect, just real. You speak to Allah with a heart that is tired of pretending and ready to surrender. You ask for guidance instead of just asking for outcomes. You ask for what is best instead of insisting on what you think you need. This is the greatest sign of growth, when you no longer want everything you once cried for. It means Allah is preparing you for a better life, a better future, and a better version of yourself. It means He is giving you the emotional and spiritual maturity to hold the blessings you used to chase blindly. When your dua changes, your destiny follows. When your desires change, your path corrects itself. When your heart changes, your entire life begins to shift in the quietest and most beautiful way. This is Allah's way of rewriting your story, not by force, but by gently reshaping what your soul longs for. Allah sends pain that forces you to look inward, not outward. There comes a moment in life when the pain you feel is not coming from outside. It is coming from deep inside you, and this pain feels different. It does not come from what people say or what people do. It comes from a place within you that you have avoided for years. It is the kind of pain that forces you to stop, sit with yourself, and finally face what you've been running away from. For a long time, you may have blamed others for how you felt. You pointed to situations, to people, to circumstances. You told yourself that if this person changed, if that moment didn't happen, if life had been kinder, you would not feel this way. But there comes a day when Allah removes all the outside noise and you are left alone with your heart, and you begin to realize the truth. There are wounds inside you that no one else can fix. This pain comes as a mirror. It shows you the parts of yourself you didn't want to see. It reveals the fears you hid. It exposes the insecurities you buried. It brings up the memories you suppressed. It wakes up emotions you pretended didn't exist. Allah sends this pain not to break you, but to turn you inward. Because sometimes the only way to heal is to finally face the truth inside yourself. This inner pain teaches you where your soul is hurting. It shows you what needs attention. It shows you what needs release. It shows you where you are holding on to things that are slowly destroying your peace. It shows you where your heart is asking for compassion, forgiveness, or change. When this pain arrives, you begin asking different questions. You stop asking, "Why did they hurt me?" And you start asking, "Why am I still carrying this?" You stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" And you start asking, "What is Allah trying to heal inside me?" You stop asking, "How do I fix the world?" And you start asking, "How do I fix what's happening within me?" This shift is one of the greatest blessings you can receive. Because when you look inward, you stop giving other people power over your heart. You stop expecting the world to cure your pain. You stop hoping someone else will save you. You begin to understand that healing begins between you and Allah, not between you and people, and that is when real growth starts. That is when you stop repeating cycles. That is when you stop choosing the same wounds again and again. That is when you start seeing yourself honestly, gently, and lovingly. That is when you start saying, I deserve better. My soul deserves peace. My heart deserves care. The pain that pushes you inward is the pain that transforms you. It is the pain that opens the door to Allah. It is the pain that clears the path for a new version of yourself. And even though it hurts deeply, it is the beginning of healing that will change everything about your future. This pain arrives not as punishment, but as a message from Allah saying, it's time to return to your heart. It's time to heal. It's time to rise. Something you didn't know was blocking you suddenly leaves your life. There are moments when something suddenly leaves your life and you don't understand why. It might be a person you were attached to, a routine you depended on, a habit you enjoyed, a dream you were building, or even a small source of comfort that felt harmless. At first, it feels confusing. You wonder, why did this disappear? What did I do wrong? Why did Allah take this away from me? But with time, or sometimes even immediately, you begin to feel a strange lightness inside you, a sense of relief you cannot explain. Your heart starts to breathe more freely. Your mind becomes clearer. Your soul feels less heavy. And slowly, you realize something important. What left your life was something that was quietly blocking your growth. Not all blockages are loud. Not all obstacles are obvious. Sometimes the things preventing your blessings are the things you love the most. Sometimes the things hurting your soul are the things you were holding on to tightly. You may not have known it, but that person, that habit, that plan, that lifestyle, or that environment was taking up emotional or spiritual space inside you. It was slowing your progress, weakening your connection with Allah, distracting you from your purpose, or keeping you tied to a version of yourself that you had already outgrown. Allah sees what your heart cannot yet see. He hears conversations you never heard. He knows intentions you never recognized. He sees the future you cannot imagine. So when something suddenly leaves, it is not rejection, it is redirection. It is not loss, it is correction. It is not punishment, it is protection. Allah removes what blocks your destiny even when you still feel attached to it. He knows the weight your soul carries, and He knows when something is quietly draining you, quietly limiting you, quietly stopping you from reaching a place He wants you to reach. Sometimes the thing that leaves is small, almost unnoticeable, but it shifts everything inside you. Other times, it is big and painful, but in that pain, there is hidden wisdom. Allah never removes without giving, never takes without replacing, never closes without preparing and opening. And the moment that blockage leaves, even if you cry at first, your soul begins to rise. You start to grow faster. You feel more focused. Your heart feels lighter. You begin to understand yourself better. You notice your spirituality becoming deeper. You stop repeating old mistakes. You start moving in a direction that feels cleaner and more aligned. One day, you will look back and say, if that thing had stayed, I would not have become who I am today. If that person did not leave, I would never have reached this peace. If that chapter did not close, my future would have been trapped. Allah removes what you did not know was blocking you, so He can give you what you didn't know was waiting for you. When something leaves your life suddenly, trust that it is Allah clearing the road ahead. He is making space for a blessing that needs room to enter. He is preparing your heart for a gift that could not come while that blockage was still in place. Allah gives you a deep moment of clarity that feels like a message. There are moments in life when something inside you suddenly becomes clear. It might happen while you are sitting alone, while you are praying, while you are walking, or even while you are lying down trying to sleep, out of nowhere, a thought enters your heart with such softness, yet such strength that you cannot ignore it. It feels like a message. It feels like a truth you always knew but never admitted. It feels like guidance arriving straight into your soul. This clarity doesn't feel like your own thinking. It feels deeper. It feels wiser. It feels like it comes from a place your mind cannot reach on its own. It is Allah placing light inside your chest. You suddenly understand something you were confused about for months. You suddenly see the reality of a situation that once felt blurry. You suddenly feel peace about a decision you were scared to make. You suddenly recognize what you must leave and what you must walk toward. You suddenly realize what your heart truly needs, not what it desires temporarily. This is not just a thought. It is Allah guiding you gently, quietly, personally. Sometimes this clarity comes after long periods of confusion, after nights of crying, after days of overthinking, after moments of feeling lost. And just when you think you are running out of strength, Allah sends a message to your heart that gives you direction again. It might be a realization like, I need to walk away. I need to stay patient. I need to forgive myself. I need to stop hurting my own soul. I need to trust Allah's plan. I was asking for the wrong thing. I already know the answer. These moments feel like a deep breath for the heart, like relief, like truth, like a weight being lifted off your chest. You don't hear a voice, but you feel the clarity so strongly that it is impossible to deny. This clarity is a sign that Allah is near. It is a sign that He is guiding your steps. It is a sign that He is preparing your heart for the next part of your journey. It is a sign that your breakthrough is closer than you think. Clarity is one of the greatest gifts Allah gives a believer. Because when your heart becomes clear, your path becomes clear. When your inner world shifts, your outer world follows. This moment of clarity might be the beginning of your healing. It might be the start of a new chapter. It might be the answer to a dua you made long ago. It might be the final sign that Allah is opening a door or closing one for your own good. And the beautiful part is this: you don't need to explain this clarity to anyone. Your heart understands it. Your soul recognizes it, and Allah knows exactly why He placed it inside you. When you receive a moment of deep clarity that feels like a message, don't ignore it. It is Allah illuminating your heart with the truth you were finally ready to understand. There comes a moment when you look back at everything you've been through, the confusion, the pauses, the heaviness, the loneliness, the changes you didn't ask for, and you begin to understand something you couldn't see before. Every quiet moment, every sudden shift, every closed door, every unexpected pain, every uncomfortable truth, every hidden blessing. It was all Allah shaping you. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were never walking alone. Allah was guiding your steps, even when you felt lost. Allah was protecting your heart, even when it was breaking. Allah was preparing your future, even when your present felt uncertain. All those silent tests, they were not signs that your life was falling apart. They were signs that your life was being rebuilt. Allah removed what was harming you. He exposed what was false. He purified what was heavy inside you. He cleared paths you didn't know were blocked. He softened your heart in ways you didn't notice. He changed your desires so they would match the destiny He wrote for you. And now, you are no longer who you used to be. Your heart has grown. Your soul has matured. Your spirit has risen. You are becoming someone who can handle the blessing you once begged for. So if you're still in the middle of the quiet, if you're still being tested gently and silently, if you're still waiting for the breakthrough to appear, don't lose hope. Allah is closer than your breath. His plan is better than your imagination, and His timing is more perfect than anything you could ever design. One day, maybe soon, maybe quietly, maybe in a moment you least expect, Everything will make sense. You will understand why you had to lose certain things. You will understand why people changed. You will understand why the path slowed. You will understand why your heart felt drawn to places you didn't recognize. You will understand why Allah took you through these silent tests. And on that day, with a full heart and peaceful tears, you will say, Ya Allah, now I see what you were preparing me for. Now I understand. Every test was a gift. Every delay was protection. Every hardship carried wisdom. And everything you chose for me was better than everything I chose for myself. Your breakthrough is coming. Your heart is being prepared. Your story is unfolding in a beautiful way. Hold on. Allah is not done with you yet.